Imagine the worst scenario that an Amazon seller can see. Nah, maybe not the worst, but you're going out of stock and you have been selling perfectly. You have been keeping your organic rank super high. You were super efficient with your advertising. And what happened? You're out of stock. So, in this post, what I actually mentioned is how you can actually get back to your old performance and how to track if you're actually going back to that performance week after week after week. So, my name is Daniel Orkun, and on my YouTube videos, I usually go over the LinkedIn posts that I have shared and that I've been sharing over the past couple of years or so. So, in this video, as I mentioned, we'll be talking about going out of stock, but actually not going out of the game. So, let's say that we have been selling perfectly and our organic rankings was hovering around, I don't know, 3, 4, 5s. We were keeping our market share around 10%, 15% on specific keywords. So we were a dominant player and we went out of stock. So what are you going to do? So there are actually a couple of data points that you should be checking to see if you are actually back on track or not. So I'm just going to mention them one by one and I will show you some examples right away. So the high level, what we will be looking at is the search query performance report, the ranking report, and the advertising strategy that goes along with those two. And of course, monitoring. So let's start with the search query performance report. So the main parts the main data points that we will be checking is it's gonna be the impression share. How much of an impression? Let's say that of course this is something that we want to do for each keyword, and of course I'm assuming that there are actually at least a couple of top relevant highest sales keywords that you're actually focusing on and that you're also probably organically ranked. So what we are doing here is we are checking those keywords. Let's say that we have 4 of them, right? And what we want to see is you want to check your impression share before you went out of stock. You also want to check your market share before you went out of stock. And you also want to check your ranking before you went out of stock. And how to check them? So the market share and the impression share is the part where I have been talking about and I will be keep talking about, which is the search query performance report. So this is a weekly report that you can download directly from Amazon, which gives you a lot of data, which I will cover in different video. But in this specific example, what we are tracking is each keyword's week over week impression share, week over week click share, week over week purchase share, and week over week search volume. So as you can see, this is a real example. The only thing that you're not seeing here is the first two rows over here where we mentioned the keyword. So adding the keyword gives us the data. So one keyword will just gonna give you all this data that you're seeing. So what we are seeing here is, and I want you to focus on the part where this product actually went out of stock. So until this part, so as you can see on week 12, week 14 this year, until week 14-ish, the product was actually climbing all the way high, and the season was also helping. As you can see, the search volume is also this is search volume, this is brand share, how much percentage the market domination that this product has for this specific keyword. So as you can see, the search volume has been picking up. Let's say this is a smaller keyword, but this just shows a good example. So it almost doubled, like from 2Ks, 2.5Ks to 5.5Ks. And as you can see, the sales, we were actually generating more and more sales. But what happened is this product went out of stock over here. And as you can see, it just went down drastically, and it was actually going further and further down. And this spike is just something else. And until the place where actually it was at 5%. So from there, what we want to have a look is, and we got the product back in stock somewhere around here as far as I remember. So let's say 24th week. So what we want to look here is, let's also do this way. And remember, this is purchase share, column E, and column C is the impression share. So what I want to look here is, as you can see, this product has been hitting like 10%, 12%, 7%, 10%. As you can see, like a big amount of market share on the specific keyword. But after out of stock, we went 5, 6. And now after the push, and this is Prime Day, as you can see, the numbers are actually picking up. Now we are at 8%, 7%, meaning that we were actually hitting the numbers that we were hitting. But again, we are not hitting the numbers early this year, but this is again might be also due to the seasonality and some other stuff. But overall, the numbers are looking good. So we are actually pushing the product, pushing the keyword, and we are actually seeing the results that it is actually converting or turning into a purchase. The other thing that you can check and you should be checking is your impression share. How much impression you're getting from your keywords, both from organic plus advertising, top of the search and the rest of the search. So as you can see, this product has been not aggressively advertised, just because the product has also been in a good position organically, number 1, number 2, number 3 positions overall on top keywords. But as you can see, after out of stock, as you can see, there has been an aggressive advertising, like aggressive impressions push, where we're actually getting way more impressions than that we were getting back then. So what we are trying to do here, what is trying to be achieved here, is we are trying to get more and more impression share as much as possible, so that we can compensate the out of stock rankings, like the lost rankings that we had back then. So this two parts, the purchase share and the impression share, is gonna be something super important for you to understand if your post out of stock, let's say, strategy is being applied correctly or not. And in this case, as you can see, yes, we are seeing highest amount of impression shares, and there we can also see that the purchase share is actually going back in traction. But the only problem with this specific keyword is it's now almost end of season. The search volume is actually coming down, but again, this is something that we cannot control, so we're not going to worry about that. So this is number 1. Moving into the number 2, which I also mentioned in my post, is the analyzing the keyword rankings. So this is also something that goes hand in hand with this one. So let's say that your pre-out of stock ranking was 2, and now your current out of stock, like post out of stock position, is number 5. In that case, what you want to do is you want to go back to number 2 if possible. So for you to be able to do that, you have to take a couple of you have to implement a couple of advertising strategies, plus you should be checking all those metrics that we have been mentioning. So again, the aim is to get back to increase the impression share as much as possible, keep pushing the market share back to its position, and pushing the ranking to back to its position. And going back to the strategy wise, this is going to be a simple one that I actually mentioned in my previous video, just because this is something that is super useful, and I'm not going to say it's underutilized. The community actually knows and acknowledges this strategy, which is single keyword campaigns. So what we want to do is we want to push those keywords, the ones that we lost attraction, to the single keyword campaigns. And how we want to do it is we want to move them into their exact campaign, make sure that there's only one keyword, one campaign. We want to be as aggressive as possible on the bids, while of course still checking for the ACoS, conversion rate, and the TACoS values. But of course, when you're post out of stock, your TACoS and your ACoS is not your number 1 priority. The sales, market share, your ranking is your number 1 priority, unfortunately. And this is the price that we have to pay when we go out of stock. And what you want to do is you want to focus on the single keyword campaigns, push them to the top of search placements, rest of search placements, overall keyword placements, and making as much as possible, making sure that the campaigns are not actually going out of stock, going out of budget. And the last part is going to be monitoring the market share and the organic ranking. So you have those keywords in single keyword campaigns, you are pushing it, you're checking your impression share, and then you're seeing that your market share and your ranking is actually going back to its position. So let's say that you are now at number 2 position on your ranking, and you get your market share back on those specific keywords. So now you're actually going in the correct direction, and your product is back on track. So again, it's a simple process just to cover everything up, checking market trends, impression share, market share, checking your rankings, and isolating the keywords into single keyword campaigns. So this is gonna be all from this video. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. Please just give me a like or subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, you can also directly LinkedIn me, message me directly to my LinkedIn, and I'll see you around. Have a good one.